So if you guys know me, you know I'm a pretty big fan of the movies and movie theaters. I love going to the movie theaters. I love going for a new movie on opening night if it's one I'm really excited for. I love going on a date night with my girlfriend to see a brand new movie, or when they're bringing back old movies that we're both super excited for. I think the theater experience with a good crowd is unmatched. And I'm a big believer in keeping cinemas, keeping movie theaters open. I hate what Netflix is doing with their whole, oh, people don't want to go to the movie theaters anymore bullshit, even though they're bringing back old movies that we've all have already seen in our childhoods, and we're all still going out and seeing them. Like Revenge of the Sith was breaking records last year when they re-released it. They're doing the Lord of the Rings this year, and I've had sold out crowds to the show that I went to, and that's actually what sparked this video idea, because theater etiquette is dead. And this is going to be a little bit of a rant video because I love movie theaters. I don't want to see them go anywhere, but God almighty, I cannot stand people who have no respect for other people during movies. So I think everyone knows the basic rules of a movie theater. They're on every theater's front door or in their lobby by their box office. It's pretty clear. They say no talking during the movies, no cell phones out, all that kind of good stuff, right? Everyone knows these. It's kind of like the same rules going for church, right? Don't speak out of line, don't be on your phone, all that good stuff. So we all know the rules of the theater. So at this point, if you're breaking them, you're doing it on purpose just to be a dick. And so last night, I went to go see Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring with my girlfriend. And to put into context, I love Lord of the Rings. I've loved them my entire life. Saw them all the time as kids. And then recently we watched The Two Towers and Return of the King last year when they came back to theaters. But I had never seen Fellowship of the Ring in theaters. And I was so excited to go see it. We went. It was super fun. And I'm not going to act like, the theater experience ruined the entire movie because I love the movie. I love that universe. I love those movies, right? But oh my, I just could not stand the people in those theaters, right? We had people in the front row constantly getting up and leaving, the same people over and over again that would leave for like 30 seconds, come back, sit back down, get back up in 2 minutes, and then go, leave, and then come back, doing literally nothing but just get up and move for the sake of getting up and moving. And then we had a group of women who were like in the middle of the theater behind us that would not shut the hell up the whole movie. Every single scene, dialogue scenes, quiet scenes where you're supposed to be listening and locking in, and they're not, quieting down. They're talking the entire time and laughing and shit. Like, bro, I just witnessed Boromir die. I ain't trying to hear your shitty side conversations in the back. And it got so bad that people around them literally stood up and switched seats to the front of the theater in the bad front rows where you gotta break your neck to see the screen because they didn't want to sit next to them. And I have noticed this so often. As you guys know, some may know, I do work at a movie theater. I'm an assistant manager at a movie theater, and I love my job. I love the theater. I love the theater experience. I love ensuring people have a good experience. So we do theater checks, and we check these theaters. And I see people in there all the time that are on their phones and talking. And then when I say something to them like, hey, do you mind just putting the phone away? It's become distracting for people. They act all mad and out of whack like they don't fucking know the basic rules of a movie theater. And it boggles my mind how the same people that are like, I want to bring back theaters, I want theaters to come back strong, and they do nothing but disrespect the entire theater while they're in it. And then they wonder why people don't want to sit with them and go to movies with them. It got to the point where I was actually not as excited for opening night releases because I knew the crowd would be almost sold out and people weren't going to shut the hell up. And this isn't a thing that has been this way forever, right? I remember I think it was 2018 or 2017, Into the Spider-Verse comes out, right? And I remember seeing that on opening night with my cousin, and we had a sold out theater. They were silent the entire movie. Obviously, they laughed when there's jokes being said. I'm not talking about that. When the movie expects a reaction out of you and you give them that reaction, that's one thing, right? The portal scene in Endgame, obviously people are going to be like, oh, or let out a gasp or be like, what? Something like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people that talk throughout the entire movie, even at times where you're not supposed to be talking. It drives me crazy. And all those other movies I remember seeing, the late 2010s, right? I remember seeing Joker in theaters, silent theater, everyone was quiet. I remember seeing Avengers Endgame, and literally the only time people reacted were during the time skip, and then the jokes, and then the ending portal scene, which is totally understandable because that's what the movie wanted you to do. Same thing with Spider-Man No Way Home, where Andrew and Toby show up and everyone was like, gasping in the theaters. I don't mind that. I get that. That's part of the experience. You want to be shocked with people around you, I remember on Avengers Endgame when they did the kill Thanos in 5-year time skip, when it said 5 years later, the person next to me who I'd never met in my life, we both looked at each other with jaws just dropped, like, what? And then we turned back and like locked in on the movie. Like, I love those experiences, and I love movie theaters. I want theaters to do good. And I can't stand what streaming has done to the theaters, where Netflix is saying nobody wants to go to the theaters, even though that's just couldn't be further from the truth. And then they had to like change how they were only going to do like Warner Brothers movies for like 17 days in theaters. Now they're going to do like a month and a half or whatever because they got so much backlash. But oh my God, I can't stand it. Like, there are so many movies that are meant to be theatrical experiences and people ruin them for other people. Like Avatar, right? Avatar is a movie that I don't think you really watch at home unless you really like the story and the characters. But for the most part, I think you go to the movie theaters to see Avatar because of the groundbreaking special effects and how beautiful the movie looks and the sound design. You get to see it on the big screen. Like, some movies are meant to be seen in theaters, and there's a lot of idiots out there who are ruining it for people, and it sucks. Like, it really sucks, and it grinds my gears. And I wanted a healthy way to let out my frustrations with it. And I didn't want to just complain to my girlfriend, just bring the mood down the entire time, be like, oh my God, you hear all these people, blah, blah, blah. Because like I said, at the end of the day, I had a fun time seeing Fellowship of the Ring. I would do it again. I loved that movie. It was awesome to go there and have that experience with my girlfriend, watch it in a sold out show where like 90% of the people in the theater were respectful and chill. It's that 10% who ruin it for fucking everybody. And it's so annoying. And it's not just me. Like, there's other people in the theater getting up and moving so they don't have to sit next to people that are talking the whole time. And I don't know. I don't think there's a solution to it right now, right? I just think that's the way that this generation is going, where they're just, outwardly far more disrespectful to people. Like, that's just how it is. And it's so frustrating and annoying. And I had to make a video about this. I had to rant because it was on my mind. And I was like, where's somewhere I can just rant and just make get on my soapbox and complain about things to people? Perfect, a YouTube video right there. And you guys know me, I don't make videos constantly complaining about everything. I used to. I try to be a lot more upbeat and positive, make videos about things I like, but it seems like the views indicate you guys like it when I'm complaining. So I had to make this video because, oh my God, it drove me crazy last night just hearing people with no respect for people around them. And if you're one of those people, genuinely stay at home, watch the fucking streaming services. I don't care. If you're one of those people that has to constantly check your phone and you can't put your fucking phone down for a couple hours and just be quiet and focus on a movie because you have TikTok brain rot and you have no attention span, then fuck it. Just stay home. We don't want you in the theaters, bro. I would love for people that are actually respectful to other people to just keep coming out in droves to see new movies at the theater. And I would love for some of you that may not be respectful to learn respect and put down your phone in the theater and be polite to the people around you, because we want these shows sold out. I want people in the movie theaters as much as possible. It would be a beautiful thing if we had mostly packed movies all the time now for these new releases. I mean, 28 years later, The Bone Temple had a terrible start, man. I wish that movie did good because I saw that in theaters the other night with a very respectful crowd where nobody was talking during it. And it was amazing. It was an amazing experience watching that movie. I was so happy. I just wish we were more respectful to each other in the modern day, because I think respect and tolerance for people has gone out the window. And this is a bit of a tangent, but I feel like it's that way too. Like, when you talk about politics with people, if they hear you even have a slightly different viewpoint from them, you're a terrible, evil, racist, horrible person. And I think that is just not like that in politics. I think that's just everywhere. I think that has to do with the movie theater. I think that has to go with anywhere out in public. And it's ridiculous, man. And I wish it was different, because there's some really good movies coming out now. And a lot of people that I know, they don't go to theaters because of the people that sit around them. I understand some people are like, oh, the pricing for concessions is too high, which you don't have to buy concessions. You don't have to do it. But, I know people that don't go to the theaters because they don't want to sit with people that talk the whole time. They think it's ridiculous. People think it's like a social hour to go to the movie theater. It's so annoying. But really, that's all I had for today's video. At this point, I'm just rambling and repeating the same stuff. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on the video down in the comment section below. Tell me about your best movie theater experience. And if you want to, tell me about your worst movie theater experience down in the comment section below. I've had some great ones, man. I've had a lot of bad ones, but I've also had a lot of good ones. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I remember the theater I went to for that one. Pretty fucking awesome. And we all enjoyed that a lot. So let me know what you guys thought about the video down in the comment section below. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed. And you know what? Let's talk movies more often, man. I've been posting movie reviews on my shorts. Those have been doing really good. And I would hope to see you guys interact with some of the movie content. But yeah, it's going to be the end of today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. This is Austin, and I'm out. Peace, guys.